Windows updated, it's set all my microphone settings and audio settings to default. So I started this video with just a bunch of talking to myself with the microphone because I am an expert at this. I've been doing it for a whole like 8 hours of total my streaming time across all of my recent career. Yes, the past is the past. I don't know if I got that. I used to be good at this streaming stuff. I used to do it all the time. I've gotten old and frail, and now I can only stream an hour or two at a time before I have to go to work or bed, so I can get up and go to work. I tell you kids, don't grow up. So this audio in this game is just louder and louder every chance it gets. There we go. It's quieter now. Alright, we got the B-25s again. See if we can go bomb Ranger. I bet not. I bet we're gonna get shot down before we can get through because it's a midway instead of the Fallen Ranger. Because the game has seen fit to pair me with a total of 2 tier 9s, which means that all of the AA is up tier to the 10 tier AA, and all of the ships are tier 10 or super ships or whatever. It's designed to punish CD players who like to just farm mobs like me. They want us to go play with the big boys and get exploded repeatedly. Very slowly flying towards the target. Now in real life, the B-25 was terrible at anti-ship goals because it, didn't have guided weapons and stuff, so you'd fly up way too high, drop bombs, and just kind of hope they landed on the ship. Nowadays, we use laser guided and all this other fancy stuff. And I would say these planes are very tough. One of them gets shot down. And drop. Well, we lost 2, but we still got no penetrations. Yep. Now, see, in real life, that carrier would just be done. Like, there would be no saving that carrier from those number of hits. But video game logic, we have a 32mm deck, which means bombs are not going to penetrate that 32mm deck. Doesn't matter the fact that, the entire superstructure would just be blown off by the explosions of the bombs impacting the deck, and there'd be no crew on the deck to, continue to service airplanes, and all the airplanes on the deck would explode and catch fire. No, none of that matters. Just no penetration, so therefore no damage. Why, yes, I love this game. I don't know why I play it. Probably because it's pretty. I mean, look at that. Yeah, let's see. Whiskey should spawn in soon, right? So how are all 3 of those ships still alive? Well, I guess one of them's about to die. No whiskey. See, that destroyer knows his job. He's already on his way to go nail Midway. I like this new feature that lets you turn off the chat. Well, I don't know how new it is, but I just discovered it. So it still lets you see all the voice communication and stuff, but you don't have to deal with the people going, yeah, you're bad at the game. And it's like, whoa, you play a submarine and you sailed right into an enemy harbor and on the surface, and then got mad because you got bombed. Like, I can't do anything for you if you're stupid. Sorry. And then, you get the battleship that's supposed to be escorting the convoy, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna sail as far away from the convoy as possible, and then get angry because it got blown. The convoy got blown up. Literally the CV's fault, though. Yeah, the CV is not can't meat shield the convoy. But I'm glad you think you're important enough that it's somebody else's fault that you don't do good. Like, oh, but I farmed all this damage, yeah, and let the convoy sink. There's only so much I can do to stop the convoy from getting torpedoed. Especially when I'm playing Hornet. It's AP bombs. Right, this team seems to be on top of it. Got one. Alright, well, let's go see if we can bomb a super ship with this. Which I sincerely doubt I'm going to be able to get through that AA, but I said that at the midway, and I managed to bomb him pretty good. Maybe I'll send my bomber, my B-25s against Maine there. I'm going to go and try to spot if we lost a destroyer. Well, he was a bold one. Bold. It's the kind of destroyer captain you want is the bold one, but well, we got more AA over here. Let's see if we can hit midway with armor piercing then. I think put some fighters down, so maybe we can keep spotting midway long enough for that battleship to take it out. Oh. Not imagine doing this in real life. Just you in a little. I guess these were aluminum. I think it was the Japanese and the Germans that had the wooden ones. Let's go see if we can hit Annapolis. It'd be funny to hit Annapolis. Maybe we can accomplish the objective of destroying the two ships. I sincerely doubt these bombers will one-shot the super ship. Maybe someone's gonna take out that fleet one though. And drop. Yeah, that wasn't my best drop. I had fires this session, but I bet you I didn't do enough fire damage for the next tier of the mission. Trying to get the first of the new German secondary battles, or not battleships, they're cruisers. You can manually control the. It's time for Hornet to skedaddle. We already lost our low-tier battleship. We were at least managing to get him. Must not be, the AA must not be as thick as it is in tier 10 when they're only tier 9s. I'll get you with my, what are they, 75 millimeter guns? Definitely will be, you know, capable of destroying battleships. That new manual fire control of your secondaries or aircraft carriers. It's part of their attempts to make aircraft carriers less and less like commanding an aircraft carrier. if I can hit Jacksonville. Ha! Get him! Got one Citadel. Alright, now we can see if we can hit the B-25s, get in there and get that main. Does that Russian submarine do anything in this match, or is he just kind of sailing around? I don't know how to play a Russian submarine. But I said I was going to bomb Maine, but I think I'll try to hit Jacksonville again. Wonder if I can Citadel it with these. Oh. I think I just wasted that. I stole the kill. Okay. That works. Alright, well hopefully we can get out of here before Maine decides to turn his guns on me. Just need to go a little bit faster. Oh, we have... the time is up. And we get one last kill. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we finished the Festive Awards for Hornet. And we did set some fires, but not very much. I already had most of that. You can see the tiny bit of yellow there. That was what I needed. And get torpedo hit rivets, which is a whole dockyard mission. Kind of wish they wouldn't make you like the ones that are actually. Oh, got event pass. What do we got? We got coal. Okay. We're almost to the underwater explosion. I already put one on. Oh, that's the blue explosion. It's not underwater. I was thinking I would get 2 of those. Oh well. I used one on my Tier 10 American Petri submarine. It makes sense that a submarine would cause an underwater explosion when it killed something with torpedoes, right? I was hoping to get another one to use on Archer Fish when I finally get locking it. Alright. I wonder, take Enterprise or Saipan? I take Enterprise, of course. Got the Australian Japanese carrier commander for our American Enterprise. Going to end up learning Japanese purely from playing too many of these as Australian commanders. And I'm going to sound like an anime girl. And real Japanese speakers are going to be like, why is this adult man speaking like a child? And then I'll be like, oh, it's the new style, don't you know? For adult men to pretend to be small children. Oh, wait, that sounds wrong. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Oh, and we're back in Ultimate Frontier. Just do the exact same thing. Because that's what carriers do. They do the exact same thing over and over. Ooh, we've got an I-56 this time. I-56 is broken. The Tier 10 one is even worse. I don't know if it's actually out yet, but there's like a Blue Archive version that's out. And anyway, it has the Tier 10 version has 27,000 damage torpedoes. I think that one only has 16,000 or 17,000. Of course, the horrifying thing is that I-56, the refit that would have those giant torpedoes, they were man-powered torpedoes. So they would weld somebody in there, and then he would pilot the torpedo into the enemy. Desperation drives people to do some drastic things. Now we have robots do it for us. Much more ethical. Because, you know, that's the important aspect of war, is that we make it as ethical as possible. he says while playing a video game that simulates one of the darkest eras of human history. Oh, that was a bad shot. What is this doing? Appears to be flying at a right angle, or driving, or sailing? Sailing, I guess. The guy's parked perfectly still. Which is not a complaint, just an observation. Their bots aren't bright enough to aim any better if he's parked perfectly still or if he's maneuvering. Oh good, we've got the low tier mission, version of the mission, where it's just tier 8 ships and stuff, or lower, as opposed to, oh yeah, we're just throwing some super cruisers at your tier 9 or tier 8 ship. Although, if there's any ship that can handle super cruisers, it's an Enterprise. I see why they stopped selling her, because she's kind of broken. Though I have concerns that we're already a man down. The proper dive bombers. These are so much better than the Orc Pounds and Hornets. Got 2 Citadel hits. Shot down by fighters, though. I like how quickly they integrated the new American destroyers, though. I think Plymouth's one of the new ones. Yeah, I like the Tier 8 version of this mission much better because you have the actual standard battleship sailing in a standard battleship formation, as opposed to the other one where they give you Iowa and North Carolina and Colorado, and they don't match speeds to each other. They just go full throttle, which full throttle for Iowa is like twice the speed of full throttle for poor Colorado. And so what often happens is Colorado will be like way back at the back. I'm having a bad time because Dallas is killing me. Oh dear. Normally there's cruisers to take care of Dallas here. I'm in trouble. See, I put badly in the title for a reason. I am about to have a bad time. So is the rest of the team if we don't take this guy out before he takes me out. Not that I'm vital to the team, but because... yeah, it's a little late for that, buddy. We can have PPS in here. Well, we can if I fly like this. Oh, we got him. Alright. Well, that wasn't a great time. What are they doing looking? At least he's shooting in the right direction. Oh, I spotted. There's a giant island. Oh no, that's my planes that are the giant island between them. You gotta kill Atlanta first, buddy. Oh. Florida did that, at least. We lose. Oh. I didn't even see us leave. Whatever. He sank so fast. which I shouldn't say anything because I've done that before too. Very slowly sailing towards the enemy. La-di-la. We have our light cruisers doing their suicide dash. It would be interesting if they designed a mission that was like as hard as possible. Like, not necessarily like an operation, just like a players versus bots, but made the bots like as intelligent as they possibly could. I heard horror stories of the beta where the bots could like one-shot you from across the map after they spotted you like 20 seconds ago. I don't know how true they are, but it would be pretty fun to try to fight them. Be out there with a submarine, just hope you never get spotted. Speaking of spotted, I think somebody just launched a depth charge at our submarine friend there. At least I thought I heard a depth charge noise. Could have been a torpedo hitting a already dead ship. Marblehead and Omaha. The tier 5s, right? Yeah, they just spotted that submarine again. But at least those two are dead. Let's go see if we can find Raptor, who is actually a ranger like he's supposed to be. And that means we can penetrate his deck. Of course, with these planes, we would have been able to penetrate Midway's deck too, I think. Doesn't tell me, I don't think. The diameter of my bombs from here. It just says bomb, AP bombers, then. I wish they handled all the mathematical calculations to tell you just straight up, like, you will penetrate this much armor. Because the game doesn't really work in real world terms. Like, they talk about it does, and the math behind it's correct. But there's things like the 16-inch super heavies should penetrate as well as Yamato's 18-inch guns. They just don't have as good as range. But, of course, we've gamified everything in the game, because it's a video game. Or maybe I'm wrong and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it sure seems like the Montana's 16-inch super heavy guns are weaker than Yamato's armor, when my understanding, the only thing they would be able to penetrate would be the front armor of the turrets of the Yamato. And in fact, they might actually have an easier time fighting a Yamato than they would fighting, say, an Iowa, because Yamato is so much bigger than Iowa that things that would over-penetrate on a Iowa would end up detonating inside a Yamato, just because of the thickness, even though they both use the all-or-nothing armor scheme, where they only armored the vital parts of the ship. But because Yamato's nose was so much thicker and their aft was so much thicker than Iowa, penetrating hit on Yamato would be an over-penetrating hit on Iowa. Which was helped along by the fact that we lied through our teeth about how thick the Iowa's armor was. Although anyone who believes what their enemy is telling them uh, when it comes to their defensive capabilities, is probably gets what they deserve when it comes to getting shot. Believe everything your enemy tells you about himself, but trust nothing he says about himself. Which I'm sure sounds very profound to anybody who hasn't actually read The Art of War and realized that I just paraphrased something from that. Poorly paraphrased something from that. Has anybody who plays these kinds of games or watched these kinds of streams not read The Art of War? Not that there's anybody actually watching this, so technically I guess nobody who's watching this has read The Art of War. Hide under the deepest mountains so my enemy can't find my defense. And ride from the top of the tallest mountains so that way he can hear me coming when I'm on the offense. Or see me coming. I'm about to get shot down by fighters. Yeah. But one guy, he's gonna get through and he's gonna sink that ship. Oh, he did! Haha! Scratch one flat top. Or something to that effect. Hopefully our entire team is capable of sinking those 3 destroyers because I took my AP bombers instead of my rocket bombers, which I should have taken the rocket guys. No, okay, they're doing fine. They just torpedoed and secondary the first wave. So we're gonna go over here and hit this North Carolina with everything we've got. Yeah, they had whiskey covered for sure. Down we go. Okay, great dispersion there. Well, at least I managed to take out Ranger. I feel special. Special as in, like, I did something useful for once. Submarine is getting shot at. How is he spotted? I guess Omaha must be just close enough to spot him. Well, we'll pretend we're useful still and give him a fighter, which will definitely shoot down any planes dropping depth charges on him. Because, you know, fighters are actually a useful asset in this game. That was sarcasm in case anybody was wondering. Oh dear. Black thick enough you can get out and walk on it. And that's a hit. He's flooding. Oh, he hit his damage control party. He is no longer flooding. Paragon is coming in range. He spotted me. Let's see if. Oh! There's I-56 doing I-56 things. This goes much easier when you're not trying to fight up to your AA. Plane getting shot. Dallas again. Gosh darn it, Dallas, leave me alone. Back from the grave, looking for more. Alright, let's go see if we can put some rockets into Missouri and degrade her anti-aircraft defenses. Who you want to set a smoke screen? There's nobody here with smoke. Oh, there is somebody here with smoke. Right. Cleveland. We have a total of 1 rocket. And we're getting shot up. Well, we've pretty much won. It's just a matter of farming damage. Because they're not going to get close enough to take out the airfield. And they're definitely not going to get close enough to take me out. Because I'm already moving away. And boom! Got nothing. Dare they actually use anti-aircraft defenses to shoot me down? Don't they know they're just supposed to sit there and get bombed? So I love how the forts are just like completely immune to all that incoming fire. Oop. Somebody spotted the sub. Hit Wichita, hit Wichita. You can do it. Oh. Somebody else hit Wichita. Oh. Huh. Kato survived the whole trip. Usually that bot gets oh, don't think I got the screenshot. I was hoping to get a screenshot of Kato above his name so I could prove that he survived. Oh well. Got festive rewards. We set fires, but we still did no damage with those fires. I'm gonna have to go pull out a light cruiser, I think, to do that mission. Speaking of light cruisers, we'll take a... Is this a light cruiser? Caliber of those guns. 152s. That's a light cruiser. We'll take him out. Just do a co-op real quick. See how much fire damage we can get from the co-op. I know real players play player versus player, and I do play player versus player sometimes, but I'm sleepy, and it requires thinking to be good at player versus player. Well, playing a CV in operations is not hard thinking. It's click on the map and sail in that direction, and then fly your planes towards the red guys until the red guys stop appearing. Book goes forward. Oh, I'm an idiot. This only has AP, so I can't start fires with it. And I'm sure if anybody actually bothered to watch this, they were already screaming at their screen. Idiot, Nemo. Boat, no shoot fire. Boat, only shoot rock. Seems like most of my opponents are destroyers anyways, so... Boat can shoot anything it wants. Did I put an American flag on my Russian cruiser? Yes, I did. I'm smart. It's definitely realistic. Also, are those for loading torpedoes, or are those for loading, unloading depth charges? It looks like you'd be rolling depth charges off there, but they also kind of look like you would use them to load torpedoes into your ship. Like they have a rail there. I'm guessing that's where you would put the torpedo in. I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see it. And then like you must move them up inside the center of the ship and then load them onto there. Well, I can see right there behind the secondary. There's more of those rails that point right at the torpedo launchers, so it looks like maybe that's exactly what they were doing. Can't see a door to let them out, but it could be right behind that secondary. Okay. Chinko is running around that corner to fight that. Inko? Chinko? That's a C. Got that white text on the white background. Go silly forward. Oops. Mayhem's about to have a bad time. So might as well concentrate on the one I can shoot, which is this guy here. Maybe Z31 will manage to help him. It's not Manhand, it's Mahan, huh? Yep. It's funny, I recognize most of what these Russian commanders say because of the, is it Battlefield 2142? Where it was the British and the Russians. And where did that Scharnhorst come from? Well, oh, Manhan managed to kill both those ships, it looks like. Good for him. Bad for us, because we didn't do anything except for sail on a straight line and then sail into our comrade, who's probably going to one-shot this other Russian guy when he comes around this corner. Granada. Just thinking about 2142 and how much better it was than Battlefield 2042. Need to bring back Titans. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's done for. Huh. Barely scratched me. But at least we did some damage. Let's see if it was enough to earn the festive reward. I bet not. Yep. Well, I'm going back to port anyway, and I'm going to grab something that can actually set fires. Belfast can definitely set things on fire, right? Yes, Belfast 43 can set things on fire. Let's put the greens in real fast. Don't need more ship EXP. Oh, my doggy is here to say hello. Hello, doggy. Doggy is a good doggy. Most of the time. Alright. Now maybe we can get a real fight where the enemy doesn't sail on the other side of the mountain from us. Just gotta start a fire. Baby, we started the fire. It wasn't burning until we started turning. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a musician, okay? I thought those were windows, but they're just like little structural. I wonder what those are for. I guess they deflect the blast from the main guns away from the bridge. Yeah, I wonder what that is. That must be radar of some kind, right? The little... Again, I'm pointing at the screen. It's that little thing sticking off the front of the bridge there. Looks like a radar of some kind. I guess it could be for, like, wind detection, too, but I imagine they wouldn't put that right in front of the bridge. Of course, I wouldn't think they'd put a radar dish there, either. The radar dish would most likely be up there, up. Which you can already see it's spinning, so the thing in the front isn't spinning. Good luck. Nobody said good luck back. Guess we'll just have to blow up all the fish. Ha ha ha, death to fish. Kind of disappointing fish murdering there. Like, it's that tiny little... Actually, where did this come out of? They're like little ports, those little circular ports there? Nope, they come off that. This is what I initially thought, but I thought one came off each side, but it looks like it only comes off that one side. Alright. We got St. Andrew. Is that the Sharn horse I ran into earlier? You're gonna start. Yeah. And he's gonna shoot me with his torpedoes. Oh, come on. Yeah, suicide YOLO bots. My favorite thing about playing against bots. Of course, it's not like the players don't do that too. Let's make another try. Tick tock, tick tock. It's already 9 o'clock. Probably, if this is a good match, it'll probably be my last match. Just because if I continue to play video games past 9 o'clock, then it will be 3 a.m. when I go to sleep. I am already behind at work. Don't want to be late and behind it. How's that for motion sickness? Ha ha ha. You shall become motion sick. That wasn't good luck. Oops. Got bot and a bot and a bot. Here's Kaka. Rochester. It's a giant American flag. I love it. I'm sure it's just because I don't spend a lot of time looking at the ships, but I feel like the American flags got bigger in the last update. was playing another ship earlier today, and I was like, man, was the American flag always that big? Oh, it was the North Carolina color. And there's a bot submarine that is just blatantly sailing right into my path. Well, I think you bot. Pull out your sonar operator's ears. Do it twice. Haha. I'm gonna regret doing that now because there's a enemy submarine right there, and I'm gonna need my depth charges. Come on, show yourself. I'm gonna shoot at you before Bismarck gets here. Well, that was a really horrible shot. I set him on fire. Aha, burn! I'll take you on! Ah, missed. Well, I did some fire. I killed the submarine. We've got New Mexico versus Bismarck. I don't see this ending well for New Mexico. It's like 1910. Go, New Mexico, go, you've got this. Just nail him point blank range. Or don't fire at all. That works too. He's too busy trying to shoot Zara. But Kaga seems to have come in with the rescue. Hard to believe this is the biggest battleship the Europeans ever built. We're over here playing Yamato and Iowa and stuff. And then they've got Bismarck. No disrespect to Bismarck. He's a great big ship. But when compared to an Iowa or Yamato, it was apples to oranges. And of course, Zara just turns on its smoke and hides. Great bot behavior there. Come on, I want to see how much fire damage I have left to do for my mission. And Kaga comes in with the bombs. There goes Zara. Pop. And they completely win on either side of the ship. Got that World War II bombing accuracy going on there. Gotta put some JDAMs on there. And another miss. Here comes the bot submarine with his secondary gun. Oh, got a hit. Mexico's back for round 2. And Zara tried to torp the submarine. He missed. Get him, Mexico. New Mexico. They're different things. There isn't a Mexican Navy battleship. Should have a Mexican Navy battleship. I'm sure they had some kind of battleship. It's probably like a World War I one, but they had to have something, right? All the other cool American nations had them. We are... Okay, we're going to do one more and we're going to finish that fire part. And then we'll go see how close we are to getting the first of the German secondary ships. Loading, loading, loading. Man, we got no bots this time. No bots this time. Should probably stop trying to make whoever's watching sick. Boat. Boat. Forward boat. Yes, I'm aware it's a ship, not a boat. That's a boat right there. Truck monkey. He's a boat. This is a ship. That's a boat. Complain about not being able to sleep as I take another giant chug of soda. I can't sleep. I don't understand why I've completely filled my veins with nothing but sugaring. I should be able to sleep just fine. Although, just caffeine makes me sleepy, which I've been told is a thing, and I've been told isn't a thing, so you can decide, dear viewer, whether I'm crazy and claiming caffeine makes me sleepy, or whether I'm sane and caffeine does make me sleepy. Oh, it's Rochester. He's got a big flag. Big flag. Little flag. No confusing that for an American destroyer, though. Definitely a different shape. Looks like it has an angry eyebrow. Of course, I probably look like I have an eyebrow too, don't I? Not really. I have 2 eyebrows. And the nose. The little porthole noses. See? It's kind of hard to see. You know, stop waving the camera around. Hello, Auckland. Oh dear. There's a bunch of ships here. Let's start with you, shall we? Took out his engines. And we set him on fire. Oh, he used damage control. Here he's on fire again. Burn up. Auckland. Ah, they killed him. Set that one on fire. And he used damage control. So we shall set him on fire again. And again. My dog is staring at me like, hey, it's time to go to bed. Relax. It's only 9:07. We're 7 minutes past bedtime, okay? And fire! Woohoo! He's on fire again! Ah, he burned. Well, we secondaried him to death. Oop, here's San Diego. Ah, Bismarck, we meet again. And my secondaries killed him. Alright, Bismarck, we must set you afire. Maybe burn. Chester set him on fire there, it looked like, but I think he extinguished it. And yes, I probably could have handled this better by getting closer to them. I was just kind of not paying attention, trying to set things on fire. Which I did just set him on fire, didn't I? I think so. Chose the wrong moment to glance away from the screen. And somebody else set him on fire there. Oh. Alright, that was definitely enough. There's no way we didn't do enough fire damage there. Yay, set fires. Alright, let's go see what the next mission is. Oh, we'll open a coal box first. I summon the coal box. 400 coal. Ooh. We have German cruisers. We do not have enough for the next package there. But we do have enough for 2 of these. Open that. Open all containers. 12 left and we get, 10 left and we get a guaranteed drop. 1,000 doubloons. Yeah, we have 1,111 doubloons now. Alright. Let us go look at the combat missions. German cruisers. Oh, earn 1 million credits. That's easy. We do that in like 1 mission. If I pull out a tier 10 ship. And then 250 main battery hits, Rubens. Oh, 1 tier 10 light cruiser will take care of that. Grand Voyage, we don't have anything left to do today. And then the Dockyard, which this one's still 6 days away, so we're not behind. We just need to grind experience. Alright, well, it has been an hour-long stream. We completed the missions that I wanted to complete tonight. I'm going to call it. I will see people if I ever decide to stream again, since I'm apparently terrible at keeping any kind of schedule. I blame work. Work is dumb. I should just quit my job and just talk to an empty internet all day long.